I just invested $10,000 into Palantir. This is my second wave of major investment into Palantir because I believe in the company. So let's hit the notes, and there's a lot of them, and let's get right down to business. Hey guys, Corey here. Welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for stopping in. If it's your first time, be sure to subscribe and tap the bell so you know when I post new videos and you're not left out in the cold, even though it's summertime, but you still would be technically, I guess you'd be left out in the cold. Yeah, I mean, technically that saying still works, right? Even though it's summer, but you don't want to be left out in the cold or do without great information, right? And if you could give me a thumbs up, it greatly helps the channel grow. So Palantir is a big focal point of my channel, but it's also something that I discuss with my students in the Discord all the time. In fact, we use Palantir in a lot of our trades. Every week there's like a new trade setup, a new trade play, or I'm just teaching them how to trade Palantir, sometimes SoFi, sometimes Affirm, Neo, SoundHound. There's a lot of different stocks. But specifically, a lot of my students hold a position in Palantir, and I'm constantly, keeping them updated on where I think Palantir is headed. The news, I'm constantly posting in the Discord about it, and I'm constantly making videos about it here because it's an ever-changing situation in the stock market. However, let's take a pause. If you guys are having financial problems in the stock market or you don't quite understand and you want to surround yourself with like-minded people and you want to learn and you want one-on-one coaching and you just want to take steps to better your financial journey, or you just want financial freedom, definitely check out my website, investwithcorey.com, or the link in the information box below. I really am driven by teaching and helping others. I already have another 7-figure portfolio, another 6-figure portfolio, a dividend portfolio, and my challenge account. It's not really about money for me because I already have financial freedom. I want to help others, and I'm very happy, blessed. I live a great life. I get to do what I want to do, and I told myself when I achieved that, I would help others. I started a YouTube channel, and I've already started the journey to help other people become successful. My students are making profits, and in my Discord, they're posting their profits daily. And I would love to help you so that you can become financially free and also have time and location freedom on top at one point in the near future. So if you guys are interested and you maybe want one-on-one coaching or want to get into the Discord and surround yourself with others like you that are learning and trying to grow, you can do so on the website, investwithcorey.com, or the information box below has the link. But like I said, I have limited spots available as I can't teach everyone. I wish I had 1,000 arms and 1,000 brains. However, spots are limited because I'm not Superman, unfortunately. But if you guys are interested, I would love to speak with you and I would love to help you out any way I can. So let's get right into Palantir. Got a lot of notes to cover. And not only that, I'm going to show you the portfolio. But first, I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. However, I'm here to give you guys tips, strategies, fundamentals, technicals, and financials to help you understand the market better. However, it's ultimately up to you to decide which stocks you want to put your money into and how much of a position size you choose to have, as it's your money. So I got a lot of notes to cover. I'm going to be reading from these notes and I want to discuss them with you guys because they're very critical. So let's take a look at what's going on with Palantir. We have 300 new boot camps as of 2024. Recently in the last month, the Pentagon awarded $480 million to Palantir in a contract that goes until May of 2029, Project Maven, known as the Maven Smart System. The value is worth up to $633 million. They have brand new customers, Wendy's, United Airlines, and Edgescape AI, and they just renewed their partnership with Tampa General Hospital. Palantir has a very high operating margin of 40%, 100% revenue increase over the last 3 years, decreased operating expenses by 12%, revenue growth 13% to 21% over the last year. They're accelerating their commercial growth. They were at 60-40 in favor of government contracts, but now they're just about 50-50. Their top 20 clients are spending 10% more annually year over year. Their net dollar retention is 111%. Revenue over 3 years is up 130%. Their operating expenses are down by 12%. Cash flow, $300 million from the previous 3 years. This year, $700 million. 82% gross margin as of June 2024, and that's up 78% from the previous 3 years. U.S. commercial revenue grew 44% year over year, 14% quarter over quarter to $150 million. This is insanity. Like, the amount of growth that Palantir has, right? Like, it's crazy. I'm not even a third of the way through the notes. U.S. commercial customer count grew 69% year over year, 19% quarter over quarter. Palantir closed 87 deals for $1 million. Revenue grew 21% year over year, 4% quarter over quarter to $634 million. This is Palantir's 5th quarter of GAAP profitability with a 13% margin. This is Palantir's 6th consecutive quarter with GAAP profitability at 17% margin. Quarter 1 2023 saw $17 million in net income. Quarter 1 2024 saw $106 million in net income, a 500% increase. Palantir does good no matter what. If there's geopolitics and there's tensions abroad, they do well because of the government side of the business. If there's no geopolitics or any issues going on abroad, they do great because they got the commercial side of things. It's 50-50. And with their continued growth, it puts Palantir in a position where they really can't lose no matter what's going on. Palantir also partnered with Eaton Clean Energy to help out with supply chain issues. Palantir is providing AIP to Eaton to help with the AI innovation process, creating physical results for ideas. Palantir's AI protocol business is growing at an exponential rate of 40% over the last year. And here's the big kicker. Shares have soared 58.8%, shattering the S&P index and leaving it in the dust at 25%. They've already tacked on a remarkable 38.9%. They boast a $51.5 billion market cap on top, with an enterprise value approaching $51 billion rapidly. However, the cool forward-looking price-to-earnings ratio, not so good at 149, with a price-to-sales multiple of 19, and if that's not enough to make your head spin, a PEG or price-to-earnings growth ratio that's sitting at 5.49. So there's a lot of premium baked into Palantir. Its fair value is more or less like $12 to $15, technically speaking, but we all know that's not the case because of where Palantir is headed and based on the numbers and the growth. Another really big thing here I want to read verbatim is their partnership and strategic partnership, should I say, with Oracle announced in April 2024. This collaboration involves mitigating Palantir's Foundry workloads to Oracle Cloud infrastructure and deploying its AI platform via Oracle's distributed cloud environments. By combining forces, these two powerhouses are poised to deliver secure, scalable solutions meeting the higher security and sovereignty standards. This is another big thing about Palantir too. They've partnered with multiple high-end companies now. So it's not just government, it's commercial. They have Oracle, Wendy's, United Airlines, Tampa General Hospital. Like they have multiple, like a lot, like now probably closer to a dozen partnerships. And this is really good. Let's talk about something else that's bothering me, which is their guidance for quarter 1 2024. This specifically bothers me because of the fact Palantir's guidance for the previous quarter was $2.68 billion, and they reported exactly what their guidance said, and most analysts were in line with that. However, at the last minute, some anonymous analyst had some estimate of $3.22 billion, which is over $400 million more than all the other analysts, and it came in only a few days right before earnings, and coincidentally, it shoves the earnings guidance up to like $2.71 billion, which Palantir missed because they reported their guidance of $2.68 billion. So they met the guidance. And somehow some random person is allowed to just come in and just up them by $400 million. That's the crazy part. But in any case, after going through all these notes, I surely can tell you that Palantir is a very good buy. And I just put $10,000 into Palantir in this account because I believe in the company. So I'm going to show you guys how you can make juicy premiums on Palantir. I'm going to show you my portfolio, and I really recommend thinking about Palantir because it is the ultimate AI play right now. The only other AI play that I like for maximum growth is SoundHound, which I already did a video on, and I'll put that video right there. So let's take a look at the portfolio. Let's look at some trades and see how we can sell some puts and see how we can sell some covered calls. This way we can make juicy premium. One other thing though, before we exit, and it wasn't actually on my notes, surprisingly. I left it out, and it's not like me to do that, but I left them out, and I need to rectify this. It's really important to understand that Palantir will make it in the S&P index. They've checked every box. Now we're just waiting for them to stop being so critical of Alex Karp because he's unhinged, apparently. I think it's a good thing. Alex Karp is similar to all the great CEOs like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and he's even more like Elon Musk of Tesla. So it's kind of, I guess you could say it's a good thing. It really is a good thing. Most real good CEOs are very different. You don't want someone boring and mundane or stoic who just kind of sits around and does a whole lot of nothing. There are CEOs like that. Starbucks. In any case, I am just going to tell you that Alex Karp is doing a great job, and he's very patriotic, and that's a good thing too. All right, guys, you can see the chart on Palantir. We're kind of settling here around 23.80. It's struggling to break. 24.30 because the Fed's not cutting interest rates. There's going to be a little bit of a cool off. I believe Palantir will come down, do this number, reject, maybe come down a little more. It may bounce off 23.30 range, somewhere in this range here, and come right back up again, or it could come down a little further. And there's also the possibility that it could come right back down to 22. To be quite honest, I don't see it falling below 22 anytime soon, but we could consolidate and eventually see our way back down to 22 or 21 ahead of the S&P inclusion coming up, or at least hopefully. Come on, put us in. Like, what are you waiting for? S&P 500 needs to put Palantir in the index. We need to be included. We just need to be included. And I think until that happens, and until the next earnings of August 5th, we're going to start to consolidate, settle down somewhere between 2150 and 2350. So really, somewhere between this red line right here and this red line right there. So somewhere in this range, we're going to cool off and just kind of consolidate. I don't think a lot's going to happen until the next earnings. We beat the next earnings on August 5th. I think that's going to put us back up in the $25 range. And then if we're included in September, then Palantir is going up 26, 27. Now, anything could happen in the interim of that. Who knows? But realistically, we're going to consolidate. That's what's looking like a possibility here. Unless, of course, we get more catalysts coming out, news that is really hot. So here is my Palantir position. Like I said, I put $10,000 into Palantir. I really believe in Palantir. I do. And I'm running a bunch of call contracts as well now. And this is a great stock. So let's go over to Palantir options, sell put. We'll go out to next Friday and we'll just sell a $23 put. Even if Palantir goes under 23, it would have to fall below 22.77. Otherwise, you would be in a profit still because we're collecting $23 juicy premium. Or you could sell a $22.50 for 13 or a 22 for 7. I might actually go out to June 28. That's what I would do. I'd go out 2.5 weeks, just a little over 2 weeks, and I would do a 22 for 14 because then my break even's 21.86, and that is awesome. That's what I would do. Or you could just do a 21.50 and collect $10. This way your break even's 21.40. But the 21.50 or the 22 are both awesome. You want to go more aggressive at 22.50 and sell for 23. That's also fine. 23 is really aggressive. I think we're probably going to be bouncing off 23 by the beginning of next week. Maybe. It's fairly possible. But, it's up to you guys. I mean, you could go that aggressive. I would recommend 22.50 or 22, but you could go aggressive if you want the shares. If you really want the shares and you don't care about paying $24, you could just sell a 23.50 put, or you could sell a $24 put because this gives you a break-even price of almost at $23. So it's really up to you and your tolerance. But as a coach, like I teach my students, I would recommend 22 because you're collecting some premium, or 22.50 because you're collecting a little more premium, but it gives you a lower buy-in if the price comes down. And if it doesn't, you're just collecting free premium until it does. And if it doesn't for a month or two, then you could just buy the shares because you've had all this profit that's pent up. And this way it's cheaper, juicy premium. Hey, can I take your money to buy these stocks? Sure, I'll take your money. Thanks. I'll just take your money. I'll take other people's money to buy these stocks. You see how easy that was? Just take money from someone else, like taking candy from a baby. Just take the money and you buy the stocks with other people's money. And I'm serious. That's really what's happening here. We just keep collecting juicy premium. We take all that premium. We get a discount on the stock. Oh, you want to give me more premium? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So it's $100 more. So now I'm, it's $200 worth of free money. So now I'm getting in for $21.80. I'm fine with that. So you guys can see how easy this would be. And also June 28th, if you're already in Palantir, we can just go ahead and sell more covered calls. I would just sell a $25 covered call for the end of the month for $33. But to be a little bit more safe, I would do a 26, 25.50 or 26. But there's a difference. If you just want to get out at a profit at say 24.50 or 25, collect the big premium and get the $100 profit on the 100 shares. If you ultimately want to hold Palantir long term and you want some premium, but you don't want your shares to go away, then I would recommend, if we're going out 2 weeks, I would sell 25.50 or 26, collect $15 to $20 juicy premium, and then you don't have to worry because it gives the stock $2 to $2.30 to move. But it's pretty easy to generate premium on a stock that's consolidating. Once we see confirmation that Palantir is falling below 23.50 and getting closer to 23, you can start selling 24 and 24.50 calls week by week because then there's not as much time for it to move. This way, you're not locked in 2-3 weeks at a $24 call. It's much safer that way. And this is ultimately what I teach my students all the time. And it's to be safe, make juicy premium consistently, and live a better life and not have to worry about being profitable. And I teach that to my students on a consistent basis. And speaking of which, if you guys want to become one of my students and for me to coach you one-on-one, and you want to become a part of the Discord with all the trade alerts and surrounding yourself with like-minded people, I would be honored to teach you and would love to spend my time coaching you and mentoring you. However, spots are limited because I wish I was Superman and I could teach 1,000 people easily, but I can't, unfortunately. So for this month and next month, I am very limited on spots. So you can do so on my website at investwithcorey.com or in the link in the information box box below. There's more information there for you guys to get started on your financial journey. And like I said, I'm not driven by money anymore because I have financial freedom. I'm happy. I'm happy all the time. I get to live the life for me and my children that I've always wanted to live. And I want to help you guys achieve the exact same thing. So you guys can check that out with my website or the link in the information box below, as my students are already seeing profits. But as far as Palantir is concerned, we hit a lot of topics today. I have a lot of notes on Palantir. I've spent the last 6 months studying really just Palantir, SoFi, Neo, and SoundHound, and a few other companies more so than others. But Palantir really is my big play. SoFi and Neo and SoundHound are secondary to Palantir for the most part. This is the company that is huge. And I think actually SoundHound has taken over my spot that I have SoFi in. I think SoundHound's now surpassing them because they're AI and they're debt free. So you might want to check out that SoundHound video I posted recently because they paid off all their debt and now they're sitting on a bunch of cash, which is incredible. Just like Palantir sitting on almost $4 billion in cash. This is a very big win for both companies. Huge. Like, it's just the biggest thing when a company is sitting on cash and they don't have debt. It's amazing. It's like us. Imagine us like not owing any money to the credit card companies. We could have $1 million a year job, but if we have $2 million in credit card debt, what does it matter? You know what I'm saying? We're all in a similar situation somewhere or another, just on a different scale. We make less money and we owe less money, but the ratio of income to debt, the income to debt ratio is what matters. Palantir doesn't have any of that really because they're sitting on cash, the same as SoundHound. So that's the big thing here. Palantir is a win, and I highly recommend doing your due diligence and thinking about investing long-term in Palantir. Thanks so much, guys, for stopping. I appreciate you guys being here. You guys are my IWC fam. Nothing but love for you guys. Be sure to subscribe and tap the bell if you're new and you enjoy the content. This way you know when I post new videos. And give me a thumbs up as it greatly helps the channel grow. We're up on Palantir this week. It's a great week. High five. Love you guys. We'll see you on the next video or upload. But until then, I know this video is over, but I picked another one for you guys, and it's right here. And that video is on SoundHound. You're going to love it. Click that video and find out why SoundHound is just as big or almost as big of a play as Palantir, and you can get in under $5. I don't want to hear anyone saying I told you so, because if you miss it, it's going to be too late. So get in right now. Watch this SoundHound video. It's going to be awesome. And remember, let's grow our wealth together. Take care, guys.